excited to have you because we know the role played, by the media in disseminating information far and wide. So on behalf of the Commission, I do appreciate your coming today. So we have already developed a statement which I will read directly from how I have put it. The African Charter on Human and People's Rights, being the African continent's normative framework to protect and promote human rights, came into force on the 21st of October in 1986. And the coming into force of the Charter forms the basis for the annual commemoration of the African Human Rights Day. This day has been set aside by the African Union to remind African member states of their responsibilities to protect and promote human rights. To this charter, Sierra Leone is a state party. Being a state party to the charter makes it legally binding on this country to implement the provisions of the charter meant for all citizens to enjoy their human rights. Additionally, this day provides the opportunity for African leaders to reflect on the declaration undertaken to promote human rights in their various countries by asking themselves the question: to what extent do we as a government meet our human rights state obligations of respecting, protecting, and fulfilling human rights? It is also a day for citizens to ask themselves the question: to what extent am I upholding my fundamental human rights responsibility as a citizen? Rights go with responsibilities, and the enjoyment of human rights is our collective responsibilities. This year's theme is silencing the guns and deepening the culture of human and people's rights. The opportunities and challenges of COVID in Africa. Many will agree with me that this theme is timely and very appropriate to all AU member states, specifically to Sierra Leone. As part of the AU's and the Network of African National Human Rights Institutions Memorandum of Understanding, which provides for cooperation in the promotion of Aspiration 3 of the African Agenda 2063 on democracy, good governance, respect for human rights, amongst others, the fourth annual policy forum on the state of national human rights institutions was virtually held on the 22nd to the 24th of September 2020 with the theme National Human Rights Institutions, Contribution to Silencing the Guns in Africa. At that forum, the Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone served as a rapporteur. The role of national human rights institutions in providing linkages between regional level commitments and actions at the national level, and their role in raising awareness at various levels, including government, civil society organizations, security forces, the Fourth Estate, and community engagement on the theme was emphasized. Thus, the HRCSLs continued robust actions in doing so, as manifested in this press conference, considering the pivotal role played by journalists in propagating and disseminating messages on various media platforms. This year's theme draws the attention of the continent on the effects that guns have had on societies and prevented the enjoyment of rights and subsequently development programs. As a country, we have had the bitter taste of the sounds of the guns for a period of 12 years, and as a commission with a mandate to protect and promote human rights, and also as a peace consolidation structure, we'll continue to raise your awareness on the negative consequences on the sounds of the gun. To be in tune with the continental theme, the Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone has localized the theme for this year to address the current trend of affairs in the country. And it reads: silencing the guns, silencing the inciting hate speeches, silencing the violence, and deepening the culture of human and people's rights. Within the course of the year, the Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone has been monitoring social media networks and notes the unfolding negative events from such messages. HRCSL considers such acts as potential recipes for unrest, a threat to peaceful coexistence, and a pathway for the erosion of the enjoyment of human rights and national development. The Commission continues to call on all Sierra Leoneans at home and abroad to desist from sending inciting and hateful messages, diatribes that have the potential of creating unrest, regional and tribal divide that might be worse than the sounds of a gun. Let us take our minds back to the level of devastation that this country was plunged into during the 12 years old civil war. The HRCSL draws your attention that our human rights exist for us to enjoy them, but also strongly draws your attention to your responsibilities as citizens. As you listen to the statement from the Commission, I strongly encourage you all to read and reflect on all provisions highlighted in Section 13 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991 that details who a good citizen is. Referencing Section 13, which stipulates that a good citizen should, and I quote, make positive and useful contributions to the advancement, progress, and well-being of the community where he resides. Also reflect on the provisions highlighted in Chapter 2 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on the duties of a citizen, with specific focus on Article 29(7), which stipulates, for ease of reference, to preserve and strengthen positive African cultural values in his relations with other members of the society, in the spirit of tolerance, dialogue, and consultation in general, to contribute to the promotion of the moral well-being of the society. Having done that, ask yourself the question, am I a good citizen? What contributions am I making to silencing the guns in Africa in general, and specifically in Sierra Leone? Am I amongst the group of people building tensions through hate speeches, oral and written messages that pose a threat to state security and subsequently the enjoyment of rights? If you are not a good citizen, further ask yourself the question, what do I stand to gain in bringing political and social disorder in my country? Am I leaving a legacy for my children, my community, and the country as a whole? The above questions are food for quick, serious thoughts in order to ensure that the peace and stability we have enjoyed continue. HRCSL commends the efforts of the government in the fight in keeping the COVID-19 at its lowest ebb, and continues to call on all Sierra Leoneans to respect and uphold the precautionary measures to prevent the spread of the virus. Remember how the enjoyment of rights will be seriously affected with the increase of COVID-19 amidst. HRCSL continues to reaffirm its commitments to the promotion and protection of human rights of all in Sierra Leone, and commends the people of Sierra Leone for keeping to the COVID-19 precautionary measures. Thank you very much.